delay. I will introduce you, Case. Just hold the team.
Live.
Hey,
Oh,
Brett, do you
someone
remember
verify
when
that
you
we are
used to
live?
do little skits at the beginning of all of our...
I think
We
it's
are
working.
live.
we are live. Are we live?
Oh,
We
I think
are.
it's working.
I
Hey,
think.
live? Let me look.
I know,
didn't.
it's buffering for me.
Pat asked us to load up the thing to see if it was working, and I didn't do it. But I'm looking now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I see how it is.
I see it. It looks like it's running, but I've got ads.
We are
I
live.
asked so little
can't...
of you, Brett, and I'm still disappointed.
Wow.
I love you. I love you so much. You're like a brother to me.
Wow.
Does that make Brett my uncle?
I am Jennifer's D&D father figure.
I feel like my new glasses look way too much. I need to get rid of these.
They're fine.
I look like I'm like Steve from the 80s or something now.
Is Steve not? Have you seen the Ninja Turtles movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like
no, I have not, but it's supposed to be
80s
great.
Splinter. Yeah, that's you. That's
Okay,
like Steve.
Jennifer, there already was an 80s Splinter in the original live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that came out in the 80s.
Did he have a mullet though?
That movie's such a banger.
Did he have a mullet and a perm though?
He didn't. It was. They took it very seriously. You should, if you haven't seen it, you should go watch.
I honestly don't know.
They take it. It's actually the third one's bad and silly, and it had that whole thing of, I don't know, what is it about like action franchises where they just can't help themselves from getting like less serious and more like slapstick goofy as they go on.
I will say, this is irrelevant, but I just watched The Mummy for the first time. Like
oh yeah,
the very first time. I've never seen it before.
Okay.
That was cute. That was fun.
Pat, are you gonna make Case suffer forever?
Oh, I should. Okay, yes. We'll dive right in. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. As you can see, we do not have Tim. We do not have Josh. They're doing something. I don't know. Who knows what they're doing? They're off in the wilderness somewhere. I hope they make it back. But I am really excited. We do have a guest here today. A friend of mine, just a delightful and talented individual, Case Aiken.
Case.
Hey everyone.
Hooray.
Case, take 30 seconds here, 30 to 60 seconds, and let everyone know who the hell you are.
Yeah, so I am Case Aiken. I am a podcaster and wannabe YouTuber. So I do all my stuff with the Certain POV podcast network, which Pat and Brett are both part of via Let's Rewatch. So my shows are Another Pass, which is a movie analysis show where we talk about movies that we find fascinating but flawed and speculate on what could have been done at the time of production to have made them a stronger film. And then every 5 episodes, we look at movies that had those issues and overcame them through creativity as kind of a proof of concept. So, for example, the genesis of the idea was talking about, like, if you were doing the original Star Wars prequels and you had to do Revenge of the Sith, but didn't have but couldn't change anything about the first 2, what would you do? And so, like, go from there. And then conversely, in terms of proof of concept, like Predator, where everyone behind the scenes had diarrhea and everything was terrible. Most of the people were bitten and having terrible reactions to stuff because it was a horrible production. And Jean-Claude Van Damme quit being the Predator because he was afraid he was going to break his legs in the mud. Those kind of things. And then my other show is Men of Steel, which is a Superman and Superman adjacent podcast where we talk about the power fantasy of having powers like Superman and like why that's cool and inspiring and why that is a fantasy that has its own rewarding components to it. So a lot of Superman, but also things like Invincible or The Boys or anything kind of dealing with that archetype. And then all the CPOV YouTube stuff I do, which the big part of that is the Superman analog series where I talk about characters who are like Superman for X, Y, and Z reasons. And I kind of give like a 5-minute rundown of what I think is important about the character. But all of that, certainpov.com. Go there.
Heck yeah. Actually, because this is Geekly, if you happen to be here with us and you were at the 2019 GeeklyCon in Columbus, Ohio, I was Case's guest. Case did a live show version of Another Pass where we took another pass at Legend, the Tom Cruise, Tim Curry 80s fantasy epic? Question mark. And we
Right.
made it all better.
Yeah, and then we did Men of Steel at the virtual GeeklyCon in 2020 with the Inks and Issues crew, talking about Superman, Batman Generations.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna jump right in because I'm excited for this. We've got a little side quest plan. Where we last left off, the crew, the mighty and heroic crew of Boat 2, the
Boat 2.
nobly named ship of Boat 2,
It's Bo Dude.
had stumbled across, after a few days at sea, after escaping the unmarked island, had stumbled across what they thought was a sinking ship. Turned out it was not an actual ship. It was a predatory creature known as a mimethus that had disguised itself as it's stinking now because it's rotting at the bottom of the ocean, but as a sinking ship to lure you in which it attacked. You had an epic battle. Tempest almost became eel food, and you slayed the beast. And then you spent quite a few hours hanging out and harvesting its bits, cutting off its giant tentacles, its venom sac, an eyeball, a fang. You were just lousy with this shape-shifting kraken bits. And also
while
you found
fearing the snake pond.
Yes.
Yes.
Very
All while
afraid of the
Sensei
snake
Steve was
pond.
constantly looking around the ocean for is this big snake pond? Just constantly asking. And you also Tempest also found, and you were able to dredge up from the wreckage of a past, what you assume is a past victim of the Mimethus, an item called a mana cannon. A mana cannon is an arcane weapon for vessels that people with a bit of magic ability about them can power up and use for defense. So it is a defensive weapon that doesn't require you to load cannonballs into it. It's very rare. It can be very powerful. It's going to take some time to figure out how to use that, but that is where we left things with you all. You have these two giant tentacles tied to the back of Boat 2 that you're going to drag behind you. Hopefully scavenger fish don't take too much out of them before you get to port.
They're like ribbons.
And they're like, yes, they're like ribbons trailing behind. And you set sail. You set sail from the site of the battle. And you are sailing for just a few hours, not very far at all, when Nimue or Sensei Steve, you tell me what you'd be up to during this time period if you'd be resting, or what would you be doing? Helping secure things? You can take a nap. Any of you have the spyglass? You doing?
I fully forget how many spells I used during that fight. Not too many. Yeah, Steve's probably trying to do a little bit of mending repair work on the.
That's right. A few chunks of the ship were taken out from the Mimethus.
And also freaking Josh lit the crow's nest on fire.
Yes, Eccles did light your crow's nest on fire for whatever. I'm sure it made sense at the time.
So yeah, need to repair that. So that's how I'll be spending my time. Just like
Nimue's taking a nap in the middle of the boat. Just wherever she was, she's napping right there.
Okay. Whatever it is you're doing, you hear a bell being rung, and it's up by the helm where Topha's at the helm, the wheel, the helm, which is made of a crab shell, which we already established is made out of a chunk of that bullhorn crab that you fought, its shell. And next to her is Tiller, the way I'm a farmer, and he has the spyglass and he's ringing a bell. So Nimue, you're woken up and brought to the surface. Steve, if you're already up there, you see him ringing a bell. Like, hey, he's trying to get your attention. Hey.
Oh,
B.
Sorry, I'm in kid brain right now, and that is gonna murder me if you make more kid jokes. Yeah. What's going on, Taylor?
There's somebody out there, like floating adrift.
What?
He starts walking toward you.
Do we see what he's talking about?
You can see something on the surface of the ocean, and whoever chooses, let me know if one of you takes the spyglass from him.
All right, fine. I'll snatch it.
Okay,
Because
Steve.
nobody trusts Tiller to do anything.
He's a farmer. He's not. You're
That's why
so
we don't trust
mean
him
to
to
these
do anything.
NPCs I give you. These are just innocent people. And through the spyglass, you don't even have to roll for it, Steve. You see a big chunk of ship, like wreckage, like a big chunk of ship that's almost like a makeshift raft now. And you can even see through the spyglass, parts of it are glowing and almost sparking with arcane energy, but not like a intentional spark, almost like something's malfunctioning, kind of like an electric spark, but it's arcane energy. And laying down, you're not sure if alive or dead or what, laying down is a sizable figure that you might have to let's roll for do a double take, because it looks like a hippopotamus wearing clothes, wearing
Cheerio!
oh, and it sits up and yells to you.
Oh.
Yo.
Oh.
Hello, primitives.
I think there's another mimic out there.
Should we
This
like
is exactly
should we get like
how-
the rifle cannons and like shoot at it or something?
What does that mimic look like?
He's got like
Just
he's
Case,
just like a
describe the
big
clothing.
hippo
Yeah,
man.
so this hippo-like creature is wearing what looks like jodhpurs and like a big puffy white shirt, but he's like drenched and it's all dirty, and like riding boots, and he that's all you can really see from this distance, I would say.
And jodhpurs are those like tan pants that like are artificially flared out in the thighs, right?
Yeah,
like they're puffy. Okay.
Yeah, he looks very much like he's on safari.
I've got like
Oh.
the safari pants and then like the Seinfeld shirt in my brain.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right.
I
cool.
have
Except it's
Nigel
ripped open at the
Thornberry.
front, and you just get all this hippo muscle. Also, gut. He's got a gut.
Hippo Nigel Thornberry is what's in my head.
Yes. Very good. All right. I guess the mimic didn't talk to us though. So like
Oh, is that
this
not
guy's like
me?
shouting something. What's
Hello,
up? What's up?
primitives? You do speak,
What?
right? Yes.
What?
I don't know if I
What?
like that. Primitives?
Crude hand gestures? Hi, me, superior being.
Should we help them? I don't know. Tiller, do you have like a long
I mean,
rope?
yeah, we got rope. We could throw them. I feel like it would be kind of bad form to like leave a poison like out at sea. I mean, this seems pretty fucking cruel. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
I know last time we tried to help, it didn't work great. It was a fucking monster trying to eat
it was
us.
like
Yeah,
identical to this situation. Like they were like, ah.
I mean, it wasn't talking to us, to be fair. You know, like that's clearly a
we
guy.
never gave it a chance to talk to us.
It was trying to eat us. I mean,
There were people on deck initially, but then they like skinwalkered themselves away. So this guy he's like talking to us, you know.
Oh, those I don't think those were
I
actual
promise
people. I
I'll
feel like
give
they were
you
like
trinkets.
appendages of the creature that were like formed to look like humanoids.
Oh yeah.
He shouts trinkets, and Steve's like, "What? You got stuff for us?"
Your trajectories are kind of taking you closer and closer. So you're getting
All right. Yeah, Steve's gonna try and like chuck a rope down because Tiller didn't offer like that we had a ladder on board or anything. So
It's a boat. Wouldn't it have a ladder?
you know what? It's a
I
boat
mean-
made of two boats that were
That's
both
fair,
in
that's
half.
fair.
So like
Yeah.
we don't know. I don't know what we have on board. Yeah. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna go and like get a rope or something for you. We'll figure it out. And then Steve returns with the very long rope that we got from the island and tries to like
Does he,
lasso
like-
the hippo. Yeah, absolutely. Just
Do you have to roll
do
for
I need to roll
lasso?
for it? Yeah, roll for lasso.
no, it's fine. You do it. It's good.
A 17.
All right. It goes right where you want.
All right.
Wait, how?
Case, what happens when he
Like-
throws the rope at you?
Well, obviously, I would catch it and use my superior hippo strength to pull myself closer and closer to the boat.
Oh,
Like,
all
what
right.
is the size comparison between the hippo and Sensei Steve? And can Sensei Steve pull him in by
How
himself?
tall is
This-
the hippo, Case?
He'd be like 7-ish feet.
He's very tall.
Yeah.
How heavy is a hippo?
Have you got this, Steve?
It's just gonna say all.
4,000
I feel like.
pounds?
Yeah, Steve's got this.
How heavy is a
easy,
hippo?
it's
Google's
fine.
just like all.
To
It's
be
everything,
clear,
it's all the weight?
I'm not actually a hippo per se. I'm just a hippo humanoid.
A hippo? Okay.
A hippo
Anyway.
humanoid.
All right. Yeah, I bet our ship has one of those things where you
like a crank.
yeah. So we're gonna do
Totally.
that, and like I imagine, Hippo Man is kind of just like hoisted up the side of the boat. Hopefully, not rocking him too hard.
There's a little bit of a lurch. It's a good sized
Sure.
ship, but there's some lurch.
Yeah, can you like help?
I'm pulling myself very hard.
What's the tensile strength of
Of the
a
rope.
Yeah.
I probably
It
weigh like
holds.
600 pounds. Like I'm not like a full size hippo, guys.
It starts to
It's
fray
too
a
late,
bit, but he manages to climb on board, to scramble on board,
I already Googled your weight. It's over.
It's a,
and then
We left
stand
the character customization screen.
towering over both of you. How
Whoa.
tall is Nimue again?
Nimue is 3'5".
Ah! So literally, two Nimue would have to stand on top of each other to get up to equal the height.
Am I like staring at his thighs?
Yes.
Hey, I'm Steve. Got Nimue. Our other friends, Eck and Tempest.
They're still
Fucking-
sleeping.
Fucking Tiller. What's your name?
Papa.
Yes. Well, thank you for assisting with me. As promised, I have trinkets of, and he hands out some like broken like colored glass to them. See, shiny. Yes. Fraser Hipucci, at your service.
What is this just all right?
You are so lucky Josh is not here. He would kick your character off the boat.
I would like to see him try, as everyone can tell. Those of us of the GIF are extremely physical specimens that no one could possibly manhandle in any way, aside from another GIF.
That's
Are you wearing shoes?
quite a
I
statement.
am wearing shoes.
Okay. Do your sleeves come down your arms?
Oh, let's say they're torn a bit, so they would if they were not in perfect condition, but
When you say that you're of like good physical like prowess, Nimue puts like you feel a slap of her frog hand on your wrist. Roll her Constitution.
Yeah, you got to
Oh,
roll a
what's this?
Constitution. No,
okay. Well, for that, I shall break out my
While-
equally
while-
used dice box and
while
my
that's happening,
wonderful dice bag that Brett made.
you hear back from the helm. You hear Tove's like, "Is that a fucking hippo? A talking hippo?"
It's better.
Honestly, I don't know if it's better.
He's just like, "Okay, y'all let me know, right? If I should be doing something or just keep doing what I'm doing."
You keep you.
Okay,
No,
okay.
Yeah, if there was any reason to get to land faster, I feel like we just found it.
I mean, we're trying. We not 100% where we're going, but we have an idea.
Well, despite the reflection of perfection that you see in me, I rolled like shit, and so that was an 11.
Nice. You get poison damage.
Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't touch Nimue.
I mean, to be
6
fair,
poison damage.
she totally
Ow!
touched him, like she did, like he didn't.
Nimue's hand is still on his arm.
I would like to pull my hand away from you.
Hold on
He's
to
on
it.
some rogue shit.
Don't let him go.
Oh!
Uh,
And then Nimue pulls out Cinder Strike and just holds it in front
okay, and then
of Hipuchi's
so
face.
Hippucci,
Okay, I gave
this
you
little
trinkets.
frog. What's that?
I said I gave you trinkets. You don't need to be this way.
He's just holding it in front of you, just like
This is the way they are. But so this grung, this frog person who's heifer-sized, pulls out this beautiful sword with a gleaming ruby gem in the hilt. It almost looks like an eyeball with a pupil that actually is moving. And you hear a voice, Hapuchi, emanate from the sword. Jawohl! Wie bekatzen Sie Hippo-Monster? Hallo! En garde.
Boy, did we really need to add more to this situation?
So what are we doing here? Are we fighting the guy? Is new friend or are we fighting? What's the deal?
Yeah, we were just doing
really
introductions.
know.
Oh, okay. Hello, Hippo person. I am Cinderstrike. I'm the greatest sword in all the world.
There's a
I
lot of people
recently
who
gained
think they're the
sentience.
greatest on this fucking boat.
Well, hello. So are you the person I should be talking to here?
Wait, I'm not really a person. I'm a sentient sword.
No,
but-
I understand that you're a sentient sword, but are you the mind behind the
Sheath.
little freak thing?
Cinderstrike can't talk when he's sheathed and Nimue sheathed, so you just hear muffling.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Sorry.
Fair. Okay.
We usually keep him hidden.
Okay. So I don't want to touch you. Is everything here toxic? Is that how this works? Should I just be
Emotionally, yes.
Physically.
Physically, just Nimue.
I see. Okay. Good. So thank you for rescuing me. That was a terrible ordeal that I've been through. God, they just say if you come too close to the material plant, of course you'll find your ship up on cinder blocks.
Did somebody like strip your ship?
Well, rather the magical energies of this realm disrupted my ship. The astral chummer, which is a fantastic spell jammer that me and my crew had used to go throughout the plains, but instead something disrupted us. Our ship broke apart, and the chunk that I was on crash landed into this realm, and immediately I was just beset by, well, I fell directly into pillars of stone, and it was just a horrible ordeal. And then I got stuck with this tiny little portion that I've been living on for the last I guess it was 2 of your day cycles.
Damn.
As
Nimue
you're having
leans
this
to-
as you're having this exchange, Moira, the older human woman, kind of comes up from the deck, really frantic. She's like, come quick. She kind of stops and sees Hapuchi and just like, oh, do you say you enjoy it, Hipperman, too?
Hi, yes, Fraser Hapuchi. Nice to meet you.
I cannot believe I'm going to say this. We don't have got time to unpack that. Come quick, there's a problem. Tempest and Ick. There's something wrong with them.
All right.
What?
While you deal with that, I see that you've got some tentacles back there. Are you going to eat those?
We're taking those to land, bro.
We got those.
Yeah, that's our trinkets, if you will. But yeah, let's go check out what's wrong with our friends.
While you're doing Tiller, we got we got some like snake jerky and some like preserved crab meat and some fruit and stuff from the island if you're hungry.
Perfect. I'll take all of that. Also some water.
Well,
and do you have any brandy?
We got mayo. We got a lot of mayo. We got infinite mayo.
It's true.
I just can't believe that Pat wouldn't let us name the boat the Sea Bussy 2, but we got fucking Hapuchi. All right. Let's get
That's
the
a
fuck
family
out of here.
name, thank you.
Before they leave, Nimue's gonna turn to Hapuchi and be like, the last guy who gave me a trinket gave me a key that unlocked a treasure chest full of like 5,000 gold. Do better next time. And then I'm gonna turn and follow Steve.
Oh, sick burn.
So Nimue and Steve, Moira hurriedly leads you below deck to the cabins of Tempest, and you clearly see, it's actually really clear what's wrong with both of them to you. You see what looks like a little tadpole stuck like a leech to each of them.
Oh.
It's got the same coloration as the part of the Mimethys that wasn't shapeshifted into a ship, and it's just kind of pulsing.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
And they're like unconscious.
Oh shit, that's fucking gross. What is that? You know what that is? Is that
Oh, I didn't do that.
I wasn't insinuating that, but is that something you can do? Like, is that a thing
I
that
don't
would
know.
happen? And one of the times it would be you?
As it's pulsing, and you can see like their veins. It's like it's drinking blood from them. But you see its skin, their skin colors, like kind of changing and morphing, almost like they're changing in different colors. It has scales 1 minute, scales like a lizard, scales like a fish, almost like fur, then like a human skin, and it keeps changing constantly.
Oh
type
man.
of
Oh.
Did Senor Hippucci follow us? You're here, right? Okay.
Hippucci follows in a few minutes later. He's holding the snake jerky, the preserved crab, and the fruit. He's eating all of it, and like his giant hippo mouth has like there's like an apple section of his mouth, and like the crab stuff is all in the front, and the jerky's sticking out of the left side of his mouth, and he's just like shoveling in different sections of it, and it's definitely food that you intended to last quite a bit longer than this whole stretch. And he's like, "Oh, is that weird for this place?"
I'm docking that from the rations too.
No.
Oh.
This is canon. This is canon.
Yeah. Do you need some mayo to go with that?
Oh, it was a little dry. Thank you.
Yeah. You can have a gallon of mayo. We have unlimited mayo.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Case,
I guess
gave
you do
them
have some creature comforts in this backwater place.
I gave them the ability to produce their own water to make sure they wouldn't die of thirst while at sea, and they instead insist it only is allowed to create mayo. So,
are Tempest and Eck awake, or are they just
no? They're unconscious.
They're unconscious. And there's just the one on each of them, right?
Each has one. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How big are they?
They are like the size of, say, Steve's fist.
Oh. Ugh.
All right. So like from
Ugh.
if I get a little close, can I see? Are they like tick-like? Is it like their head is in it?
Yeah,
and then,
where you have to
it doesn't look like any of them
legs.
is. It looks very. I'm gonna go ahead. Why don't you both make me a medicine check? And Hippucci, you're welcome to as well.
Oh, sure, yes.
Medicine check. 7.
20. Dirty 20.
Whoa.
22.
Okay. Hippucci and Nimue, you can tell it from what you can tell. It looks surface, like it's lashed onto their skin. It doesn't look like any of it is like burrowed in too far or anything like that.
All right. I feel like I've seen something like this before.
Like this.
Steve brings a little mote of fire into his palm and like kind of holds it under.
Kind of hold it to one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like scorches and it lets out this high pitched like squeal. It almost sounds like air escaping from like a tea kettle, and it kind of shrivels up and it falls off. Which one did you do?
Probably the one on Tempest.
Okay, you see
That's
4 little dots, like where it maybe had like teeth had punctured. That's it. You see 4 very small but very little dots were clear puncture marks, and then emanating out from that, you know how like you see like veins kind of darken in someone. So you see like these like dark veins kind of spreading out from that, and Tempest remains unconscious, breathing. It's labored, raspy breathing, but he's breathing.
Are the veins still spreading even after?
No,
it's been taken
no,
off? Okay.
but they're static. They aren't going away, but they're not
But
spreading.
yeah. Okay.
All right.
Can you do that again?
Yeah, it seems helpful. We'll hit
Same thing
with
with
two.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It squeals, it shrivels up, it falls off. You see the veins, and they're both.
Are they still alive? Like on the ground?
They're
the things.
The things. No, they're motionless.
Okay.
They're
cool.
Well, bravo for inventing the concept of modern medicine.
I'm really not taking your vibe, bro.
Well, that's fine. I don't really need to be that concerned about how much you dig me.
This ship is full of assholes, man. Fuck, is there like they look like they've been like poisoned or something? What is that?
Would we know?
Yeah, can we medicine, one more medicine
Yeah,
check
go ahead,
with
do
the new
medicine check.
info?
Mm-hmm.
Is it poison? Is it 15?
Moira, she's like, I've never seen nothing like this. I'm from the mainland. What about you two? Do you have any experience with this? Are you from the... Of course, it would happen to the two of you that are from the shores in the first place.
You know, like
we should ask.
I've seen it like with
Tiller.
snakes before, and you just like, you know, like suck the venom out, like, you know.
Oh, good luck with that.
But
she's like, should we go ask Tiller? He's a... With these creatures, do you think they come from the big thing? Do you think these are like babies of the big monster?
Oh no! What
Oh,
if
no.
they laid eggs inside of their faces?
They're going to be mummies.
I don't like that.
I'm sorry, this is a lot to take in right now. So you said the big things and that they're going to be mummies?
We just like hours before finding you, we fought and killed a giant like ship-shaped mimic. It would look like a ship, but it wasn't, and it tried to kill us.
I see.
And then the tentacles that we're dragging are from that. And the little sucky things look like they're from that also. So that's that we did a fight, and these guys got fucked up, apparently, with giant fucking leeches that we didn't even notice.
Well, that's disturbing.
Yeah. I know. Do I have a leech on me?
You get the impression that maybe from when the tentacles struck the ship, maybe a couple of these made it on board after the fact.
That's horrifying.
They're like chest bursters.
Yeah, I mean, this should go without saying, but you probably have an infestation going on here.
Oh.
Well, fuck.
Hey, are you any good at pest control?
I hire people for pest control.
That means no.
Can we hire you for pest control?
I mean, how hard can it be, really?
We have trinkets, and she like holds up the like glass that he gave them.
Hipcoin only has value going one way. Thank you. So let's talk terms. I'll assist you in whatever you need right now, as long as you can assist me, because I don't mean to be rude when I say this, but I would rather be caught dead than stay on this ship for particularly long. I would like to go home. And unfortunately, my means have been taken from me.
Aha. So, like, where are you going? Where do you...
Well, so I am of a ship that sails the astral planes, not some mundane water. And as I mentioned, I'd crashed here. We always have return devices so that we can get back to our native plane. And unfortunately, my hop skip was floating in the water when I crash landed. And before I could get to it, these weird winged things they seemed somewhat metallic, like their beaks seemed like they were made of metal, which frankly, I don't know enough about your place to say, is that a weird thing? Is that a normal thing? Who can really say? I'm not trying to judge your world. I am judging it. I'm just trying not to. But they took it away, and they seemed to fly off with it towards, I think it was in the direction of the pillars of stone that I crashed into initially.
With your space jammer.
Spell jammer. But it's very good that you
jam.
attempted to say that right.
Do we know where the pillars are? Do I know what he's talking about?
You two do not, and Moira does not. You are not
saying
from.
that Ekin and
You maybe need someone from. I do love that the two players that are here are the two that are originally from the Wayward Shores.
Damn it.
But you do have Tofa and Tiller and Doss up topside.
You're gonna make us go talk to Tiller?
Or
We
Doss,
can talk to Tofa.
the simple cook.
Yeah, Doss is chill, I think.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that sounds really interesting. I don't know what pillars you're talking about, but let's go. Yeah, we'll go ask around and see. Maybe we can get you back to your ass plane or whatever.
Yes, fair enough. And if you do, I will be so kind. For one thing, I won't get mad about the fact that I saw my musket sitting up there. You guys can keep it. That's fine.
Wait, his musket?
Oh,
Oh,
The
his
yeah.
fucking the cannons. No. Okay.
It's a sophisticated bit of
Oh.
technology, a fusion
Are
of
those-
magic and science.
are those from your speller jeller?
I feel like you're just doing that on purpose now, and I find that distasteful, and yet I admire your spunk.
Speller Jeller from the ass plane, bro.
Speller jeller from the ass plane.
All right.
Bro.
Well, you know,
I'll go
usually
around
I'm
the horn and
about
say it.
helping people. And if that means, getting you off the boat, I'm for that. So yeah, let's go solve your problem so we can get back to our problem. And maybe if you see any of these little leech things around, we'll torch them on the way.
Yeah, torch them, or shoot them, or whatever we need.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Who's in the room with us? I want to send. Oh no,
The
is
three of you and Moira, and then the
Yeah.
unconscious too. The other
Okay.
three are topside.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was gonna be like, Moira, go look for leeches, but I think she'll die.
Well, I'm gonna head over to the galley and get some more food, and if I see anything there, I'm sure I'll deal with it. Wink.
All right. Yeah. Just make sure you keep tabs on what you're eating, and we can settle up when we're done.
I will make sure to repay you in goods and services.
I'll pay you an exposure.
All right. Yeah. Let's go up topside and see
Okay.
what everyone's doing.
In the galley, Hapuchi finds 6 more of the tadpoles and
Oh.
smashes. Would you smash them?
Yeah.
I mean, if they were
probably.
under my feet, of course I would just stomp on them. That would be the logical
Yeah, they
thing to
were
do.
on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah. If one was on the
Right.
table, I would take I would bludgeon them to death in
Mhm.
some way.
So at some point later, Nimue and Steve, when you go to the galley, you're going to find 6 flattened corpses of these little tadpoles that have been smushed like jelly on the floor and not cleaned up. Just
All
left
right.
there.
Powers of observation, though, is this like, because like sometimes you walk around and you see like squished ants, but they're all in a line, so you can kind of see where they're coming from or where
Oh,
they're
yeah.
going.
Would Papuchi think to look for that or notice that?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But they might be smushed in a line.
Yeah. This is for us later. Are they smushed
Okay.
in a straight line?
Who are you going to go talk to topside?
Not Tiller.
Not Tiller.
That's right. I've heard of this Tiller. Fuck that guy.
Y'all are killing me.
Tofa's steering the ship, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
probably
totally.
Doss.
Yeah, Doss. Let's go. Hey.
So he's Doss, as a refresher, is a tall, lanky moonborn orc with like a dark bluish gray tint to his skin, and he's got his apron on. He's like, hello.
Yo. You how's it going, bro?
It's fine. That was the big hippo fella. Seems weird.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, he's kind of the worst. just if you see him around and he's eating, just like try to take note of what he's eating, because like he's got to pay up on his
Maybe
way
you
out.
should maybe we should lock the rations.
Oh, well, then he's gonna chew through the door or something.
Oh yeah, probably.
Where is he now?
Yeah.
We somehow lost the Hippo Man.
He's in the rations.
Yeah.
What?
Deep
sounds
in there.
like that bell done been rung, isn't it?
I'm just saying, watch out. Don't leave your sandwich unattended.
Oh, while we're here, while we have you,
It's like an afterthought.
there's these like blobs. They've got teeth. There's a lot of them, I think. There's somewhere on the ship.
He looks at you with the blankest stare.
Have you seen giant leeches?
No. That's a weird question.
It's not. You know what? Given the fact that there's a bunch on board, it's not a weird question.
I don't like that. No, I've not seen them.
It's a what's happening today.
We think they're from that ship that wasn't the ship.
A big monster. Oh, like it's like spores or offspring or whatever.
I hadn't even thought that far. Probably that. Sure.
That's
If
gross.
you see them,
So I should do a smashy if I find one.
squish them,
Yeah.
and scream for help.
Got it.
Yeah. Also, we're trying to get rid of the hippo guy. Because I mean, fuck that guy, right? But he said this. He crashed into some pillars. You know about where that is?
Yes, sure.
Kate, I love you.
Your two friends are in comas, and you're like, that's like item 3. It's item C.
They're sleeping it off.
Wait, pillars of what?
I don't know. He said
Okay.
he was in a flying ship and crashed into something pillars.
I don't understand. But what were the pillars? Were they in the water? The pillar.
Maybe.
Okay.
This is more of a like, if I said pillars and then you knew what it was, we'd be like, oh yeah, we know what that is. But clearly,
I mean,
We're
I
in the
know what
same
a
boat.
pillar
it's
is.
kind of a like, if you know, you know, but you clearly don't.
I mean, I know what a pillar is. But
But you know what these specific pillars are?
was they like in the water? Like pillars of stone in the water?
Where
that's honestly, if I was gonna guess, probably.
It sounds like the sea stack forest. That would actually be really helpful because that would give us kind of an idea of where we was, and we could make a heading to
Yeah.
Bridgesport.
That's probably definitely it. I've always been told to definitely always go with your first choice.
Well, I mean, that would be really helpful then for us to know where that is because we could kind of gauge where we was off of there.
All right. Well, cool.
It'll be a first bit of like noticeable landmark we've seen.
Well, maybe we can go drag fucking Hippucci up top deck, and you could draw a star map.
Where's
for you or some
Masters,
shit.
Tempest, and Echoes?
They're dead. They're dying.
Sleeping. They're sleeping.
Well, okay. Feel like you buried the lead there, mate.
You know what? It was the leeches thing. We got distracted. The leeches, they got them.
Oh, they have really
is it-
gnarly looking veins on their face.
They're like poisoned.
Yeah.
Oh,
or something.
probably.
They got
I'm not sure.
You know who knows a lot about like marine animals and like stuff like that is you should go talk to Tiller.
God damn it.
what?
Who? What?
All right.
He seems to know a lot about like things, plants and animals and stuff.
Anyone else you think might know about that?
I mean, is really nobody else.
Maybe we can see if Tofa knows anything.
Yeah, all
Sure.
right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks. We gotta get going on this.
So to cut to that conversation and you do all that and Tofa goes, I have no idea what the fuck you just said to me.
All right, I guess we'll go talk to Tiller. Fuck, we should find Hippucci though. Let's go because he's not here still. Where the fuck
I'm
did he
gonna
go? Did he
roll
get
to
leached?
see how many days of. I'm gonna roll. We're gonna roll a d10 here to see how many of your days worth of food.
We might need to
Hippucci is
intentionally leech Hippucci to keep him from eating all the
Yeah.
rations.
We're gonna have to deal with that later.
You
in a
gotta go
future
back
session.
to Dose and be like, hey, if you see them, collect them and bring them to us.
I'm gonna eat them.
Ugh. All right, Tiller, Hippucci.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. I'm just over here talking to. Sorry, what was your name? Fucking Tiller. Was that it? Yes. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
So
I mean, like,
fucking Tiller was over
my
here
name-
just telling
no, okay.
me the most fascinating things. And you see that Hippucci has just like his arms are just like paste white. He's covered with mayo that he's just like licking off of his arms. While he's like, yes. No, tell these what you were just telling me about fucking birds.
Right. So, like, what?
Yeah, well, I mean, you seem so into it. You know what? I will let you all. Well, did you find anything about the like where you think that my hop skip may have gotten off to?
Oh, the island.
Oh, the island. Okay, thank you. Do you
Yeah.
have any sort of focus on where this island might be? Some sort of help?
I mean, we're like lost at sea right now.
I see. Give me strength. Okay, so instead of talking to the two of you, is there anyone on this boat who might be able to figure out something? I
Probably
was
that
only
guy.
floating for 2 days. I couldn't have drifted that far.
It's probably that guy.
Yeah, we were gonna talk about. You need to tell where the pillars are, and then we'll know where the next place is, because we can do a triangulation, which might be not a technique that you use in your ass plane.
Triangulations are only good when you're on a flat. Oh my god, we're on a flat surface.
Wait,
Touche.
do you explain everything to like Tiller?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that's bad. Hold on. Okay. Sounds like what this guy crashed at the Sea Stack Forest. That would be incredibly helpful if we knew where that was in relation as far as us figuring out where we is, right? Because it's a landmark that we could use. But you said there's poisoned by like a venom or something from these creatures.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe
Okay.
that
Probably.
like I'm not a doctor,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah.
So I do know a thing or two about like, okay, so we gotta find what if we gotta find ice lichen. Here's the thing that works. This kind of all works out all right because like ice lichen is like this moss that grows in it kind of likes to attach itself to rocks that are near the surface of the water so it can get sunlight, but it needs to be like in the water. So like it likes rocks that are submerged but near the surface.
Oh, that sounds about right. I think I saw some.
And it looks like ice.
Yeah, it looked like that. I was confused by that, but I was like, well, it's weird weather patterns that we might be having on this world. Who can really say with your strange, I don't know, whatever you call this place.
What is normal to you?
I mean, floating through
Being a
the
hippo.
astral plane is normal to me. Having spectral tendrils emanating from your body, going back to your source form, that's normal to me. Seeing the different, I mean, I'm just saying that there's lots of different realms that I'm used to traveling about in. This one is just kind of mundane.
Yeah, you just go around all the realms telling people their shit sucks, bro.
I speak the truth. Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Maybe you should
Steve.
stop, bro.
He's like a food critic.
Oh, Yeah,
I mean, we go around, and if things suck, I will inform them that they suck, as you put it in such an elegant term. And if it doesn't suck, then I claim them for my people.
Oh,
Steve's about to claim Hapuchi's life.
he's a colonizer.
Oh God! Again, if Eck was here, you would have a sword in your ass. I feel like right now.
I would like to see him try, but my thick hippo hide is probably good enough to prevent anything from getting too deep in there.
Right. Okay. So like, we should. Which way? Did you like have any idea which way you came from?
Well, yeah. So
Hippo
you
man?
found me adrift over. Are we? Sorry.
That
Are we above deck right now? Or?
Yeah, you're on the deck. Yeah.
Okay, so I can kind of point to roughly where you all found me from, and the current was flowing. Let's see, where you only have one star, right?
We got one. The sun.
Yes.
A lot of stars in the sky.
A local star, I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, blowing your mind. These are the same things. Yeah. So it was drifting that way. Yeah. So I think I was due that away. What is that direction on this world? Is that north or east, south, possibly west?
What? Yeah. West. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think we should. I mean, like, hey, you're the bosses. Yeah, I'm just a simple farmer. But like,
Well, thank you for recognizing. Yes.
Oh, okay. This one. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I feel like if that's our best bet, we gotta find. Like I said, we gotta find land or like rock that's near the surface. And and also maybe he get him what he needs. I don't know if he is like our new friend or what, but are you doing that in character? Is Steve just shaking his head?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, let's get some fucking moss then, bro. Our buds are like downstairs with neck hickeys, killer hickeys,
Face hickeys.
When we need to fix this, can you guys like steer us in that direction? And we're gonna go make sure maybe nobody else gets leeched.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Leech hunt. Everyone make me either whatever you want, investigation or perception rolls if you're going on a leech hunt. Or as I call them, mimetads.
All right, so not investigation. Got it.
What was it? Investigation or what?
Or perception.
Ooh, goodness. Neither of those are great.
I guess it technically
16.
should be investigation, but yeah.
I got a 16 for perception.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to use my fancy skull die. Or skull.
Nibway, you
dice
find
power.
2.
Okay.
5.
Steve, you find none.
And that was a delightful 17 for me. Thank you.
Hapuchi, you find 5 more.
Fantastic. I squashed them.
You just leave them where they are.
Oh, of course. You have people who clean this up, right? I was contracted to kill the tadpoles.
Yeah, you don't seem like the kind of guy who's going to clean up anything.
Absolutely not.
Especially not on a ship that's not yours, right?
Of course not.
Does he still have mayo just on him?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm licking my fingers. this mayo is delightful.
She's carrying the alchemy jug and sticking his fingers in it and just
Like Winnie the Pooh style?
yeah, it's like with honey.
Sea Western, fistful of mayo.
Oh my god, we need fan art of like Winnie the Pooh but a hippo and it's
Yeah.
Winnie the Hippucci.
All right, so Steve has seen no other leeches so far.
Quick sidebar: we're my 2-year-old. We're trying to teach him. It's like a motor skill thing too, of like dipping food and stuff. You know, like you put a tiny bit on his plate, so it'll be like, here's fries, here's like some ranch or ketchup. You dip. It right now it ends. He'll eat the fry and then just start sticking his fingers in the ranch and just sucking it off his fingers. So
that's the way to go. That's full dip.
Work smarter.
So As you sail on the heading that your best guess of the trajectory that Hapuchi came from, you do a sweep of the ship. You're able to find 7 more of these mimetads and dispatch. Well, Nimue, do you also dispatch?
Yeah,
Destroy? Okay. How do you destroy them?
the hilt of Cinderstrike.
He's like, Jawohl! He's like, okay, you know what? It's like, it's not epic comeback against great enemy, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, I'll take it. As long as there's bloodshed, I am the happy sword.
Cinderstrike's a bit of a psycho, dude.
Cinderstrike was a barbarian in the past life.
He basically has one thing that creates, he doesn't have a brain, but if he had a brain that would create dopamine or serotonin, it's just combat. Killing thing is the only thing that would give him in his awakened mind. That's it. That's the one sensation he can experience. So
All right. So Steve didn't find any slugs, but as he's walking around, I mean, do I see the remains of the other squish slugs? Can I do my investigation check as to were they in line? Are they coming from somewhere?
oh yeah, if you go to the galley, there's no rhyme or reason to the arrangement of them. They're just kind of in a random cluster.
All right. Fucking, we got a ship full of tribbles.
So after another few hours of sailing, it's starting to get kind of dark. Far on the horizon, right at the last bit of light, whoever has the spyglass, we're gonna cut to, sees on the horizon little looks like little fingers silhouettes poking up, and it's little, it could be like, listen, just like a wall of these little tiny, looks like little silhouettes of obelisks or some kind of shape, tall, sticking up out of the water.
Ahoy, Avast. We got rocks, baby.
You anticipate you're gonna have to sail through the night to reach there. So if you want to rest or sleep for the night, because this is still the end of the same day that you fought the Mimethus and harvested everything.
Yeah. That sounds like a great idea. How are our friends doing though? Can I check?
They're
on
not
them
looking good. They're still breathing. You can maybe
Are they
dribble some
looking
like water.
worse?
It's just like their breath is just very shallow and ragged. And you can kind of squeeze some raw like water into their mouths a little bit, but they're just like, it's
Some
like
mayo.
Slather mayo on their wounds.
That's canon. They're covered in mayo.
They're gonna wake up covered in mayo.
I don't know what to do. I feel like I wish we could help them somehow. But did I ask, is the stuff spreading, or are they just still in really rough
no,
shape?
it's not spreading.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be spreading, but they're not getting better. They're just, it's like
if
they're in a
I
coma.
cast a healing word on them, as I lather them with mayo, of course, would that have any effect on them? I would say, buck up, Buttercup. I hear that I might need you to get through this all. Lord knows your companions are,
I would say, if you,
I guess, helpful.
Well, you tell me. Do you do it?
I do.
Okay. I can't tell you like if I were to cast this. I almost did too. I was like, if you did, this is what would happen. So what does it look like, Hapuchi, if you have, when Hapuchi casts healing word?
Well, so I lather mayo on both on the wound and then also on their mouth and nose, and I smack them on the cheeks and I go, "Pish posh, wake up, you primitive but apparently essential worker for this vessel. Come on, wake up now."
When you do that, which one are you doing it to? Eccles the silver kobold or Tempest the water genasi covered in tattoos?
I guess I would start with the water genasi.
Okay. When you do that, the black lines like in the veins sort of fades away and dissipates, and the puncture wounds heal. They do not wake up, but they're breathing, and nothing you do seems to rouse them, but their breathing sort of stabilizes and sounds much better than like the labored, shallow, raspy breathing it was before. But he still won't wake up.
Oh,
great. Look, this one's less bad.
yo, all right, sick, bro. And then, like, for the first time, Steve puts up his high five of friendship.
I clasp your hand with a mayo covered hand. Thank you, tiny one. I appreciate your camaraderie in this situation.
Nimue holds her hand up.
Absolutely not.
Well, you got the mayo. You got the protective mayo layer.
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on me. Or shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool, we can't get fooled again.
I can't get fooled again. Thank you.
All right. I mean,
They
Fox, you got two of those.
They seem to have stabilized. Or
yeah.
Sorry. Do you
Well, Tempest.
have two of those? Tempest has. There is improvement.
Yes. Fetch me more mayo. I need it as a material component.
We just tip the alchemy jug over, and like, I don't know if there's no way we've gone through a whole gallon of mayo. Is there?
Right.
I mean, he could have.
I just
He
like
could've.
lather it all over my mouth and then run my hands and then go.
God,
The
smell.
power
I'm
of
just
Hippo
thinking about the
Christ
smell.
compels you.
I want to see if I can get us a mayo sponsor.
Get duked.
All right.
Okay.
Does the power of Christ compel Eccles?
Hippo Christ.
I mean, same thing. Yeah, if you do it to Eccles, you do to Eck, and the infected sort of webbing in his veins fades, and the puncture wounds heal, and his breathing returns to a much healthier sounding breathing, but again, still kind of unconscious and won't come out of that.
Shit. All right. At least he's not breathing all raspy. Thank you, Hippucci.
So
My pleasure.
as dawn breaks, you if you wake up, you see this is in fact a known rock formation in the Wayward Shores, kind of on the fringe of it, called the Sea Stack Forest. It is a massive swath of this interesting formation of all of these very narrow, tall pillars of rock jutting up out of the water. No land per se, just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pillars of rock. Some are pretty narrow enough you can get your arms around it, but you could reach around half of it. Some are like 10 feet wide around in diameter, and they range in height anywhere from 30 to 50 feet tall, and just these pillars of dark rock. They're clustered together, so it's almost impossible for any kind of ships that would be seafaring that this far out can. Most of them, there are a few exceptions, but for the most part, they're kind of nestled. It would be hard. It would be almost impossible to get your ship like through it in a full-size sort of sailing vessel.
Gotcha.
A small, like a dinghy, absolutely.
I was going to ask if there's a place that we could like dock or at least anchor and take a smaller boat in, or
if you had one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Do you have Hippucci's raft or his scrap of?
Wait, you don't have a tinder on this yacht?
So there's a whole thing. I don't know if you noticed that the boat is two different colors, front and back.
Yes, I thought that was a curious aesthetic choice.
Yeah. Steve explains the whole it's two half boats because we crashed a boat and we found another crash boat and we stuck them together and we're missing a lot of stuff.
Oh, so it's not garish on purpose. I'm sorry, I read too much into your intentions.
Yes, it's just two half boats, and it's half stocked and half cocked, So
I guess I do. Follow-up question: do you have two half dinghies, half lifeboats, half?
That's a real good question, and I think the answer is no. The way that our DM is looking at me, but We did not explicitly
I-
create an extra boat while repairing this
Mhm.
one.
I didn't even think of it either when you were on the island. You had all those trees you could have chopped down and made one out of too.
So, I mean, there's definitely like several barrels. We could chop a barrel in half and
You do have barrels. I don't know if they might be more buoyant, not chopped in half.
well, then they're just a barrel. Like, how are you gonna sit? You ever
We could
tried
lash
to
a bunch
sit?
of barrels together and then like put a board over it, or a bed. We could.
All right.
Yes, no, we absolutely. This is, I think, a fantastic idea. We can set up. How many barrels do you have? I mean, you have more empty ones than you used to after I got through with your galley, but we can strap them together. And if you have some sort of bed frame, we can have a bed knob. And then he pulls out his gun and boomstick situation here.
Bed knobs and boomsticks, huh?
Yeah, Hippucci's got 2 like flintlock pistols on a bandolier.
Dang. So, man, you crashed your boat, and we're just like, gotta bring the guns.
Well, I mean, I crashed my boat, and you thought gotta bring the guns, apparently.
All right.
But yes,
yeah,
of
let's
course.
go.
If you didn't take my trinkets, how else did you think I was going to convince you diplomatically to assist me here?
I'm just gonna pretend like you didn't say that.
Well, but everything worked out, didn't it?
Let's make a boat raft. Little
I love
barrel
this.
boat.
Well, it gives work.
Lucky for you, I can combine wood as a cantrip.
Oh.
I mean, I don't necessarily need you. Obviously, the two of you are little and weak, and I don't think this would go very fast. We should employ fucking Tiller, right?
I like you now.
Nimwe's brow, her frog brow furrows at Tiny and Weak, but then he says Tiller, and she's like, oh.
Oh, Tiller, we would like to conscript you for a task.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta get some of these barrels and some of this rope and make a little barrel boat that all of us can get on.
That's a good idea.
But I'm not an engineer, so you got to do
I mean,
it.
I guess I could help. We could all do it together. I mean, as a Wayama, as you can see, I can, just jump in the water and swim fine. This will be kind of more for your benefit, and I'd be happy to help. But yeah.
like that we're helping. I'm like more of an ideas guy,
Yeah. I've literally never heard you come up with an idea before. But
just now in this moment, you heard one.
Before. So yeah, so you can all you can all get some barrels, empty barrels, lash them together if you want to put like a mattress on top of it, so it's like a flat surface, and create a raft that. Well, I feel like Nimue and Steve would be really easy to support you. Tiller can just swim. He's a Wayama, so you can just easily swim alongside.
Aren't hippos
bother
like
him.
marginally aquatic?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm quite a good swimmer, but I still would like to be able to have a vessel to travel through with.
All right. We'll get.
I mean,
we'll just get like one board, and it'll be like a little wakeboard for him.
Sure. So you got this raft that's a couple like 4 big barrels lashed together, and then a mattress on top of it. And I'd say it supports with Hippucci on it, but it's like
and a rope, and then a surfboard for Hippucci.
Yeah. It's hanging on there. It's staying above the surface of the water, just barely.
Yeah, Hippucci, can you surf? Can you shred, bro?
Do you even need to ask? Of course I can.
Sick. I love this.
I surf the astral waves.
Rad.
Right.
All right. Give us some waves. I want to see what kind of shit Hippucci can do. Does he catch any air?
There's not really any. No, there's not. Really, absolutely not. No. I'm envisioning you're right up against like these. Like you're kind of like tying the boat to the first of these to kind of anchor it in place, and then the 4 of you are going to kind of venture in.
That's not how you. That's not you anchor offshore. If you put a big
There is
boat
no
next to
shore.
we're off the shore. Like we're off. If you put
Okay.
if you put the boat next to the pillar and the waves come and then you break your boat.
That's
park
fair.
it
Okay.
Again.
You're right. You're right.
a
Okay.
little bit
So
away.
you drop. We never established if you have an anchor or not. You have an anchor. It's
Maybe.
Two
fine.
half boats.
might-
One of the halves has an anchor.
Okay, it's fine. You drop anchor a bit off, and then the four of you in your raft make your way to the seaside forest. And Tiller explains, remember, we're looking for it's like a mossy substance. It'll be near the surface on rocks. It literally looks like ice. It's like translucent. It's kind of hard to see because it's already underwater, but it literally looks like ice. With and then what is it you're doing here again, big guy?
Well, as we're going, I would like to definitely explain to you all the majesty of the GIF Empire and why we're superior to all of you. And frankly, this
Nimue sticks her head underwater.
Well, I think you would like to listen to this because even though I am droning on and it's quite fantastic, our rich legacy and our passion for firearms, you still can't help but be somewhat inspired and gain 8 temporary HP.
Ooh.
All right. I'll take it.
I feel like also you could we do have one party member who loves conversation and I point at the sword.
Oh yeah.
Like if you really want to be engaged, here you go. You got a captive audience.
You pull out the sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Jawohl, who will be katzen?
You're me cutting some dialogue, bro.
I see. This is the metaphor?
No, it's a literal for.
Yes. I am confused. I know one is she's 1 week old, but I'm very confused.
Yeah, we're gonna. Your job now is to listen to the hippo.
Yeah. So I'll be back.
Hello, hippo man.
Well, hello there.
Are you a great warrior?
I am a fantastic warrior. I'm a deadly marksman, a master of grappling, and all the forms of the fine art of pugilism.
I do not know if that's what last word is, but tell me about one time you done killed a great enemy.
Well, there was, of course, the time where we were encountering a group of savages that were
Steve and Nimue are walking away and looking for his wallet.
rushing our ship as we were
You can't. There's nowhere to walk.
the
but
freely available crystals and gold that we came across. And there was a nearby community that seemed to try to exhibit claiming of those goods. And so I took out my gun and I shot them.
I don't know if that was a good story.
It's a great story.
Sinister Strike looks at Nimue and is like, "Oh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Und Frog, could you put me back in the cupboard?"
Even Cinder Strike is like, I don't want this.
All right.
So, just to kind of
Irish
really paint the picture of the scene. So again, remember you're still in the middle of the ocean, and there's all these pillars of stone, and you have this raft, and you're kind of and Tiller is kind of helping navigate along, and you're kind of maneuvering through these pillars of stone, kind of looking around the stone itself, looking for growth. Can everyone make me Apucci, are you helping look for the ice lichen? Are you looking skyward? What are you?
I'm looking out there. I can multitask. I'm a superior intellect such as mine is able to do many things. Inspire people, relegate the vast history of the GIF people to a singular narrative that brings everyone into a better state. I'm able to search for things. I'm able to continue eating this mayo. I'm able to do all sorts of things. I contain multitudes of things in my stomach.
Yeah, most of our rations.
Yep, pretty much all of them. What are we rolling?
So, yep.
We're rolling.
Perception.
Okay.
I got a natural 20.
Can
Okay.
I look both for
So-
the moss and for parts of Hippuchi's?
Yeah, and-
ship?
30.
Hippuchi, what does your what does the main item you're looking for look like?
Oh, the hop skip. It's a small amulet that has a lanyard that goes around. It's made of chain that goes around your neck, and there are 4 panels that open up. There's a central red gem on it, and the panels open up when you press a button. And there are gears inside made of jade. So it is possible that the panels may have broken off in the fall, or perhaps when these weird metal flying things stole it. But if you see something gold, jade, or ruby, that's what we're looking for here. But it's about the size of my fist, with again a chain that goes around my neck, so it's quite a long chain. And using it, I will be able to return to my home dimension and get away from this primitive one.
Excellent.
All right. Yeah, we'll look out for it.
And Hippuchi, so Nimue, you had a very good perception roll. Hippuchi,
Only
what's
got a
yours?
14.
I had a 21.
Okay. Both Hippuchi and Nimue at the same time, you see as you're going past it, it's on a pillar that's very close to Hippuchi on his side of the raft. You see this growth, this big tuft that is sparkly and clear and almost has a bluish tint, and it literally looks like ice crystals stuck to the side of the rock.
I reach out my hand, grab it, and raise it up into the air triumphantly. Ha! For the gift!
So Tiller sees it's like, hey, that's it. That's the lichen. We need that to save our friends. And as he says friends, there's like this of like a bird and this creature, this winged creature that's like this big bird.
no.
It's white feathers and covered in like bluish gray speckles and with a long beak that's almost gleams like metal, swoops down, snatches the wad of ice lichen out of Hippuchi's hand, and then flies up
The fiend!
to the top of one of the sea snacks. You see other of these birds fluttering around going, caw, 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 and like kind of
Oh, hey,
roosts at the
is
top.
that metal bird that you were talking about?
Bird, is that the word for it? Yeah, yes, whatever it is. Kill that fucker!
Was there an attack of opportunity option there?
Oh, yeah. Ah.
So yeah, 30 feet up this pillar of rock.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Well, how do we get up a rock here?
I can jump up to 25 feet.
Okay. can get
Wait,
5
high
feet from
jump
the top?
up to 15.
Oh, okay.
So it's up, right?
Yeah, it's like up this, and it's not smooth by any means, especially the part above water, more so below water. Part above, there's plenty of, it's very craggy, and but it would take some climbing.
But I can jump twice.
Yeah, you
Make
can.
it 30 feet.
Yeah, you can. Are you gonna do that, Nimue? You're just gonna go for it by yourself? Just kind of jump. Okay. So you just like leap up, grab, and then like leap again.
I leap up and then I'm like, I gesture to like Steve and Cucina, like, come on.
Do you go all the way to the top?
I see what's going on here. Steve sees what's going on here. Can I ready a kick rocks in case there's some hostile action at the top?
You can.
I would like, she has Nimue on her back, or Nimue has Cinder Strike on her back. Like, she has resheathed him, gopher in pocket, halfway up.
Yeah, Hippuchi hasn't met Gopher Grace. So do you go to the top? I just want to make sure you're at the top.
Yep.
Okay. At the
left
top
side
of this
jump up.
particular, at the top of this, you see, so you're at 30 feet and there's some that are slightly lower nearby, some that are slightly taller. You see a bunch of these, like this one and a lot of them around you. The surface area is sort of 10 feet by 10 feet. It'd be like on a grid map, it'd be like 4 squares. Okay. There is a big nest of this creature. This is a speckled lancer. It's this bird, again, like white feathers with this like blue-gray speckling, like freckles all over it, and kind of a long, very sharp, almost metallic beak in the nest. I see eggs. You see a lot of other stuff, a lot of other shiny stuff. You see the ice lichen. You see other shiny metal objects in there. And there's other nests on other nearby sea stacks with also other lancers in it. And upon seeing you kind of climb up, it lets out a shriek call, and it charges at you. Nimue, we're going to roll initiative.
Cool.
Everyone roll initiative.
Nat 20, which is a 22.
21.
6.
Oh no.
I rolled that one.
Are you rolling for Tiller?
Fucking Tiller, no.
Tiller's going to stay in the water.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, ready to action before combat?
I mean, here's what's gonna happen kind of all at once. The one that's on there, I don't know how you're gonna see it, but another one, other ones nearby are gonna start attacking. So you can do your ready to action because you have 3 others that converge. There's one on top that's gonna get a first round on Nimue, and then 3 others that sort of converge. And you can pick one of those. Go ahead and do your readied attack on.
All right. Well, so I think this is more of a save Nimue's life reaction thing. So if I got 3 rock projectiles, and I would like to send one at each visible bird that is coming at her. So do I see 2 of them? Do I see all 3 of them?
You can see all 3 of them. If you want to send one at each of them, you can.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
And so that's just 1, 2, 3 darts, rocks. All right, Steve jumps in the air and kicks a little bit of rocks off of the pillar, and they go flying up and deal a lot of damage comparatively for what they are. One bird will take 5 damage. A second bird will take 5 damage. And then the third bird will take 2 damage.
Okay.
And Steve says, "Yo, birds down here!"
Making a note. And then what was the what was the third one damage
5, 5, and 2.
Okay. Great. The one that's rushing at you, Jennifer, does a 16 hit your AC?
It does.
Okay. It like shoots out of its nest this very sharp beak. It pierces, and you take 7 piercing damage. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Natural 20.
All right. You managed to hang on to the pillar where it pierces. It tries to almost push you off, and then it kind of pulls its beak out from it stabbing you, and it swoops around like it's going to come in for another pass. And it is Steve, your turn. Now it is your turn, Steve, in initiative order.
Are the birds coming around for another pass?
You see 4. They're gonna go on Case's show and talk about the Hitchcock movie and how it's really defamatory and problematic to birds.
All right. So are the birds flying above Nimue?
Yeah, all 4 of them are kind of like circling, like they're gonna start dive because they basically have like short swords on the front of their faces.
Okay. All right. Okay. Dang. I guess Steve's gonna try and get up there to help out, even though this is not what Steve is for. I mean, I could keep kicking rocks. You know what? I might just keep kicking rocks and shout, "Nimue, come back, please!" I think that's a better plan. Yeah, kick rocks. I'm gonna cast upcast kick rocks to get an extra rock. Oh no, it reloaded my page. Come on, D&D Beyond.
So there's 4 of them up here?
Yeah, there's 4 kind of circling around
All
Yep.
right.
And then they have
Remember, if you're rolling a
crystal stuff.
d20, to let me know if you hit a 1.
This is definitely. Oh, so okay. Yeah, that's right. I gotta do my. No, that one's good. We're gonna do upcast to kick rocks. And fuck, I rolled a 1 for this one, Pat. Do you want to handle that before or after the spell?
No.
Well, a couple things happen. Okay, we're gonna do this. So you try to, and that's to hit. You rolled a 1.
Well, I don't
Or no.
roll to hit for this one. This is just
Yeah.
that was just for your roll.
Oh, only if you have to roll a d20.
Oh, I thought it was for any spell that's level 1 or higher.
Oh no. Oh yeah. You do for your thing. Remember, there's
That's
2.
That's my 1 for that.
Your thing. Okay.
I rolled a 1 on that one, but otherwise, the kick rocks they just work. That's just a spell that just happens, you know.
Yeah.
So for that one, I'm gonna kick all of my rocks at one bird this time, and we got.
All right. Go ahead and do your spell. I'm rolling.
One bird is gonna take 16 kick rocks damage.
Okay, you kill it. What does it
Nice.
look like when you?
It looks cool as shit. Like you know, what's that thing where the image of the planes from World War II where it has all the holes in it? That's what the bird looks like now. It's just like and it's like crashes into a pillar, bursts into flames for some reason. It's real cool.
What's Steve's alignment?
Steve's alignment is middle, chaotic. No, neutral. Chaotic. What's the left? It's the one on the right in the middle.
Chaotic
neutral.
There you go. I can never remember that word. No,
so
lawful, neutral.
So a couple things happen here. Steve summons his rocks, his pebbles, and he kicks them with his roundhouse, and they fly through the air at such lightning speed they completely decimate and just like shred through this bird and kill it. But as you do it, and as you settle, you feel this surge of magic kind of flow through you, and you feel your hair on top of your head kind of part and move. And Steve has a little flower, a little rose on a little stem sprouting from the top of his head.
Oh.
And it's just kind of sitting there. Steve got a little rose.
What?
On top of his head, just sprouting. Yeah, you have a
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I don't think you see that, but Hippucci sees it. Tiller sees it. Tiller's like,
you feel it?
What the fuck? I mean, you probably feel it. There's something there. Hippucci, you see this. You're down.
Very cool. I think it's a good look for you.
What?
The flower was that also is nothing intentional in this goddamn plane?
Almost nothing.
It was like Steve, that there's a fucking flower growing out of the top of your head. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I know that sounds fucking crazy.
Is it?
You can't pull it out. It hurts. It hurts. It starts to hurt when you pull.
Oh,
like you're trying to pull off a finger or something.
What? What the fuck? All right. Weird. I hate this.
I'm so happy. Could have been a halo if you did good, but nope. You had to choose neutral.
Oh.
You get a flower.
You get a flower. All right.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that was it. I kicked the rocks.
Yeah. Nimue, you are up and they are closing in on you. They're close enough you can reach melee. It's not like they're...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of like fluttering.
So there's 3 of them down because Steve killed one.
There's 3 of them now.
Okay. I'm gonna swipe at the closest one with Cinder Strike.
Okay.
2-handed.
Jawohl! Kills the devil birds.
That's the spirit little frog thing.
21 to hit.
Hits.
$10 damage, including the fire. And then bonus action, manifest echo,
Okay.
which I'm putting amidst the other ones,
Mm-hmm.
like somewhere around / between them.
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
Is that
Excellent.
a ghost
Yeah,
frog?
bold.
That's incredible.
Haha. That was a great strike, frog. We did it good. It was a pretty nasty. It's like this. It's dripping blood as it's flying around, screaming in pain. And one of these is going to attack you, Nimue. And I'm pretty sure that hits you, a 19.
Yep.
And you take 6 piercing. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please. As it screeches, it stabs at you and tries to pierce you with its sharp beak and also push you off.
My dice really don't want me to get hit. Natural 20.
Awesome. You take the hit, you take the damage, you're bleeding, you got these wounds, but you're able to kind of shrug off. You're very agile. You're very good on your feet and stay up. And there is one more that's also because you're up there by the nest. I'm sorry, Nimue. You're all alone. But does a 15 hit you?
It does.
It does? Okay.
Yep, that's my
Make
AC.
me a dexterity saving throw. You take 6 more piercing damage.
20.
All right. You're taking these blows, but you're staying up. Hippucci, your turn.
Well, I'm going to take out my gun and I'm going to shoot one of them.
All right.
All right. That is a 25.
Hits.
Okay. So that first shot is 10 points of damage.
You blow one of them out of the sky.
And with my other hand, I take out my other flintlock pistol,
All
line
right,
up a
2
shot.
left. Yeah, there's 2 left.
And I fire, and that's a 24.
Hits.
And I'm going to expend a use of my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
So the base damage is 18.
Okay.
And I am going to pump that bad boy up to a 24.
Of damage?
And also add 6, 24 damage total. And add 6 to my AC for the round.
Okay. Another one fucking explodes in a burst of feathers, and Nimue just like bloody feathers kind of just rain down over you.
Nice.
Great.
Fear the gift.
And this sharp beak like sticks in the because like sticks in the top of the rock near you.
I take it.
You take
I
okay,
would take
sure.
that. Yeah.
Hell yeah, you do. We'll deal with that later. New short sword. Hell yeah. Hippucci, anything else?
No, that was my action and my bonus action, and I'm feeling pretty good where we're at right now. I'm happy to stay on the raft, the bed knobs and boomsticks, and I'm good.
Okay. There is one left. I'm gonna roll. Yeah, the last one takes off. It's not. I mean, it knows they're not intelligent creatures, but self-preservation over everything else. It's the one that you fucked up with Cinder Strike, and it was already fucked up bad, and it's bleeding, and it just takes off, abandoning its nest.
Wait, how far of it was it from my echo?
Oh, by the way, did you had the fire damage when you hit it with Cinder
I
Strike?
did, yeah.
Okay. Where'd you put? You just had your echo. Was like what? Right next to you. I mean, there's only like 4 squares.
It was around the birds.
Probably not. Probably couldn't get. Yeah. If you want to make an attack, go for it. I'll say.
Yeah, because when a creature moves within 5 feet or away from it, I can
Sure, go ahead.
attack.
Do it.
Do it, Echo. Echo Nim.
I don't know what to roll for that, but I got a straight 17.
Hits.
Should I just roll for Cinder Strike?
Yeah, go for it.
Echo Cinder Strike.
Yeah. It's a Cinder Strike that can't talk. How amazing.
Oh, that's nice.
Does it just repeat what Cinder Strike normally says?
What?
Because it's an echo.
I'm fucking kicking you off the call right now. Actually, that
He's
was
more insufferable.
I lied. I lied.
I'm
I'm really proud of you. I'm very proud of you, Case. That was excellent. Yeah, no, the echo, Nimue, your shadowy echo, it tries to fly away, sticks its version of Cinder Strike up, and it almost like just catches it and just cleaves it, like hits it like in the chest, and as it flies away, it just kind of splits itself, its belly open, and it kind of spirals and splashes into the water.
Are we out of initiative?
You're out of initiative. Yeah.
I'm gonna look for those crystals.
You know what, little frog thing? I severely underestimated you. I mean, I understood that you were poisonous to the touch, and I appreciate someone who knows that they're toxic. But that was some impressive swordsmanship, frogship. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be condescending about your species, as it were. But
frogship is just 3 nouns, bro.
Swords frogship, yeah. It is 3 nouns. Proper nouns.
So, Nimue, you took some hits, but you approach, you see the wad of ice lichen that you feel like you need to heal your friends in the nest, and if you examine the nest further, you see right there too, you see some random scraps of things that don't look valuable, but you see an item that is on a gold chain with a red gem, and some
it's the thing.
pieces are missing, but it looks like there's like some green gears or green like clockwork inside of it too, made of jade, an emerald.
I scoop it up.
Okay.
What do you find up there?
What?
Did you find anything?
Okay.
Come down.
Oh, yeah, okay. Do I see anything else up here in any of the other nests?
I mean, there's only one nest on top of the sea stack you're
Okay.
on.
But there's nothing else up here.
Not really. I mean, like I said, nothing really that's that valuable.
Were there any big bird eggs in the nest?
There are big eggs. Yes. We're going to tell you how many eggs. There are 4 big eggs, and I'm actually going to roll. You find, if you want to write this down, it's not much, but you do find 14 silver pieces.
Okay.
And 4 big eggs. And you come back down with all that?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I don't know if I can come back down with the eggs, but...
I mean...
just tell me there's eggs. I'll go get eggs.
Yeah, okay.
Steve's got pockets.
No, they're
How
like
big are the
ostrich
eggs?
eggs. Like ostrich eggs.
All right. Well, Steve brings down 1 egg at a time, I guess.
You're fine. Yeah, we're not gonna make you roll it. You got it.
Take a 10 on that.
My echo helps bring eggs down.
Steve kicks down the pillar.
While you're all doing that,
Yeah.
while you're doing that, if you give it to him, Tiller's gonna take the lichen and just like swim and book it back to boat 2.
Yeah, please do.
Go, Tiller! Quick! Make haste!
To
God, I thought we'd
turn
never
it, he's
rid of
gonna
that
turn
guy.
it into a
Fuck him.
tincture and then apply it and then give it to.
Yeah. Well, at least I know I'm not the only one feeling that way.
Yes, I really find that we're starting to vibe here, if I may say so. I'm really appreciating our travels in this one, and obviously, you guys have a lot of potential that I see. I think that you could really make it as adventurers if you have a little bit of guidance. I think that it might make sense for me to stick with you all. Thank you for recovering my hop skip.
Did you give it to him?
Oh, the amulet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, this is probably yours.
Okay.
Yes, this is. I mean, I could see it while you were holding it. Thank you. This is great. I'll be able to return whenever I need to my people. But in the meantime, I should take on a a mission of charity and work with you as best see fit. I mean, as we all know, nothing can be better without a gift.
As he's saying this.
And so
I
don't know if I likes Hippo Man.
But of course, I will be with you all, and we shall be able to serve the gift.
And while he continues to monologue about how great he is, Hapuchi accidentally grazes the activation trigger of his hop skip with his thumb and disappears in a flash of sparkly magic energy to return to his home dimension, where he would sadly die 3 days later in a cosmic sailing mishap.
Oh, I thought that I would never leave.
Wow. All right, so
that's what we're gonna call it.
Dang. So Tiller's back on the boat. So I guess we've got to row back. Shit.
It'd be a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Tiller.
Casey, come back.
That's great.
And as an epilogue, they're able to turn the lichen into a tincture, and when applied to Tempest and Ek, it does bring them out of their coma.
Yay! Huzzah!
And you kind of know where you are now in relation to the rest of the Wayward Shores.
Nice.
Thanks to Tiller, I guess.
And Hapuchi.
Thanks,
Case, for joining us.
You'll be forever remembered.
Case, go ahead and do any pluggables or if anything you want to say or talk about or shout out.
Yeah, social media. I'm at Case Aiken on most of the things, except for Instagram, where I am still Quetzalcoatl5 because I'm holding on to that damn AIM screen name from when I was a very pretentious youth. But anything I work on, you can find at certainpov.com, which is, again, Another Pass, which is a movie show where my co-host and I talk about movies that could have been better at the time of production, or we talk about ones that had a lot of issues and they overcame production issues. And Men of Steel is a Superman and Superman adjacent podcast. Those are at certainpov.com, our Certain POV Media YouTube channel. Most of the stuff I put up is up there. Yeah, you should check all that out, especially if you like comics or movie stuff. But I'm always happy to guest on other stuff. I've been on Let's Rewatch a couple of times. I've had I've had both Brett and Pat on my shows plenty of times. I've had Tim, who is not here, on some of my shows before. So a lot of fun stuff. Check those out. They're great.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, we might have to bring back a reincarnated Hapuchi, according to the chat, it looks like.
It's going to be Niles Hapuchi when he shows up.
The Niles Hapuchi, his brother. Brett, go ahead and do plugs.
Plugs. Yeah, if you like the adventure we're playing and the way the Pat's writing adventures, sign up for our mailing list, because there's going to be a whole adventure module pack for sale at some point in the future. I am posting it into chat now. It is thewaywardshores.com. Or
Pat, did you get that 1 sub 1 flex?
Oh, we got 1 sub 1 flex. Yes. Flex it. Follow me at Bread Eagles. Oh, I spelled my own screen name wrong.
Way to go.
I suck.
You spelled it like an
food. Eagles. That's it's just like it is on here.
Perhaps if you were a more advanced race, like a GIF, you'd be able to spell correctly.
No, I refuse to believe that the hippos could spell correctly. But yeah, that's it. Follow me. And Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm a freelance artist and illustrator. You can find me on socials, Blue Sky, Ko-fi, and Instagram at JenPeig, JenNPeig. I also have some poetry in this little publication called Collective Verses, so go check that out.
Ooh.
Wonderful. And I'm the Pat Edwards everywhere. Thank you so much to all of you that came and hung out with us here today live. Thank you to everyone that's listening to the audio version and the podcast feed. I put a lot of work into that. I appreciate all of you, everyone who helps out with us so much. Especially thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Case, for making time to be here with today. It was great to hang out with you virtually, my good friend.
I'm always happy to
And
see y'all.
until then, see you next time, mateys.